This week we are going to talk about nouns and pronouns and help you to avoid the problems caused by not understanding how they function in writing. A noun is a word that names something: a person, a place, a thing, a quality, an act, or an idea. Nouns can be either singular or plural. For most nouns, the plural is formed by adding s or es to the singular. Book becomes books, and boss becomes bosses. If there is a vowel before the y at the end of a noun, simply add s. If there is a consonant before the y at the end of a noun, replace the y with an I and add es. Some nouns have irregular plurals, as in child becomes children and mouse becomes mice. Other nouns have no singular, such as auspices, clothes, or cattle. And then there are those nouns that have no plural, such as training, furniture, and milk. Often in English we'll come across a noun that has kept its Latin-based plural, like criterion becomes criteria, and phenomenon becomes phenomena. And sometimes we'll find nouns that have both English and Latin plurals, so index in plural can either become indexes or indices. It's always wise to check your context when deciding which to use. You'll discover that some nouns are plural in form but singular in meaning, and therefore take a singular verb. It would be good to note that a word like statistics can also be plural, as in the statistics are convincing, but statistics is difficult to master. Again, we rely on context to convey meaning. When it comes to measurements and figures, while 40% of eligible voters are expected to turn out, 40% is considered a good turnout. Some nouns are count nouns, like 9 items or fewer, or 7 little Australians. And just as there are count nouns, there are also non-count nouns. That is, nouns that cannot be counted, such as wisdom, underwear, or atmosphere. And then there are those tricky nouns that can be both count and non-count. Take the example of room. We may use it to say there is no room at the table, and also that there are no rooms at the inn. Collective nouns are used for references to gatherings of entities, such as people, animals, plants, and so on. They can be singular or plural depending on your intended meaning. For example, the group were divided on that issue, but the group was unanimous on that issue. The word number is a collective noun that can be singular or plural, as in a number of students are already here is the plural, but the number of students who are here is impressive is the singular. Nouns can also be either concrete or abstract. Concrete nouns can be seen, touched, smelt, or tasted because they refer to tangible items such as books, chairs, or food. Abstract nouns cannot be detected by the senses because they name ideas, concepts, generalities, qualities, notions, and trends. So, for example, pleasure, beauty, wisdom, or justice. Nouns can also be either common or proper. A common noun is a non-specific item, such as house, book, or violin, but a proper noun names a specific thing, such as a person, a location, a building, an event, etc. Proper nouns always take a capital letter. In the example, Captain Pugwash is a fearless captain, shows captain as both a common and a proper noun. Now let's move on to noun cases. The case is the form of a noun or pronoun that shows the reader how the noun or pronoun functions in a sentence. Nouns can function as a subject, an object, a complement, and an appositive. The appositive is usually a noun that renames another noun nearby. Take this example. Sherlock Holmes, the detective, tapped his pipe. He felt a sense of foreboding. In this instance, Sherlock Holmes is the subject of our sentence and is a proper noun. The detective is in apposition as it is close by and renames Sherlock Holmes. And pipe is the object. In the next sentence, sense is the complement as it arrives after a linking verb, and foreboding is the object after the preposition of. The cases of nouns only ever change when they are in the possessive, So for example, the book's cover or the book's authors. There are two common problems to watch out for in noun usage: noun strings and nominalizations, or heavy nouns. A noun string occurs when too many nouns are bunched together, making it hard for the reader to discern their meaning in the sentence. The best remedy is to unstring the nouns to make it easier for the reader to process them. So instead of saying an uncertainty management system, you would rephrase it to read a system for managing uncertainty. Similarly, a disaster victim identification specialist would be better phrased as an identification specialist for disaster victims. A nominalization is a noun derived from a verb or an adjective. These heavy nouns are sometimes called shun words because they commonly end in tion, shun. There are several other endings to be wary of, such as age, al, ance, ence, and many more. More often than not, the heavy noun can be replaced by a verb. Others require a bit more lexical dexterity to avoid awkward nominalizations. Do you remember the sentence that exemplified ofness at the end of week 2? Our lack of knowledge about local conditions precluded determination of committee action effectiveness in fund allocation to those areas in greatest need of assistance. It is riddled with nominalizations. See whether you can replace some of the italicized words. But take note, not all words ending in tion are nominalizations that you need to delete. Here's a sample of some nominalizations with suggested replacements. Where you can, it is best to avoid using words in the noun column, as it is usually more appropriate to use the verb. That's it for nouns. Let's move on to pronouns with Amber.